guys, it's Benny. It was the tale of two studios, Angel Studios versus Disney. Both companies have family-friendly feature-length films in theaters right now, telling timeless classic tales, and they want people to buy tickets to go see them. But these companies have very different strategies of accomplishing that goal. Let's start with Disney. Disney has Snow White in theaters right now, and Disney decided to hire the most insufferable girl boss narcissist that exists on Earth, who hates Snow White, to play Snow White.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
This is Rachel Ziegler, who Disney decided would be brilliant in casting because, as Rachel Ziegler says, her millions of fans will line up no matter what she does to see her.
And I can only hope that despite my flaws and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them,
look at this acting,
that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
So the interesting thing about this is that Rachel Ziegler got a chance to actually go to see Snow White and filmed herself doing so, and proved this theory to be incorrect because she filmed herself in an empty theater. This is what you call a self-own. This is what you call a legendary run of L's, as Rachel Ziegler laughs like a serial killer in an empty theater. Okay, well, we're just very glad that nobody else had to hear Rachel Ziegler's laugh. Okay, all right. It's very painful. Luckily, the theater experience wasn't that painful for many people, as, well, nobody was there. There's videos like this, thousands of them all across the internet, of 0 tickets being sold for Snow White. Here's another. Sucks to suck. Rachel Ziegler's trailer for the Disney Snow White live action adaptation without Snow White in it and made by people who hate Snow White got historically ratioed. This is a historic ratio. Nobody's ever seen a ratio like this in the history of YouTube. 2.2 million downvotes to 76,000 upvotes. No, man. This is this is like not even direct to Disney Plus. This is like set it on fire. Cast it into the fire. Let's compare that to Angel Studios, which today hits theaters with King of Kings. King of Kings, a faithful adaptation and a creative adaptation of the story of Christ. This trailer has 48,000 likes, only 1.2 thousand downvotes. That's a good start. Disney's live-action Snow White sold only $5 million in pre-sales. These are people buying tickets before the movie is out in theaters. The King of Kings from Angel Studios already is sitting at 14.6 million in pre-sales. That's 5 times more than Snow White, and also makes it the most successful opening for a biblical Hollywood picture. Ladies and gentlemen, King of Kings has surpassed Disney's Snow White in ticket sales and also in the box office numbers. Disney's Snow White last week, according to Box Office Mojo, only made about 5 million. Not good. This film is going to do very well. And it's going to really, I think, set the box office on fire. King of Kings pre-sales shatters records. The Angel Studios family pick King of Kings has already clocked in 14.6 million in pre-sales and could wound up outstripping DreamWorks' The Prince of Egypt as the best opener ever for an animated biblical movie. 1 million tickets have been pre-sold, further boosted by Angel's Kids Go Free campaign, which allows one kid free ticket with which with each adult ticket purchase. King of Kings opens in more than 3,200 locations nationwide this weekend. We already told you that King of Kings pre-sales from earlier this week stood at nearly 8 million. That Angel Studios' biggest hit, Sound of Freedom, shattered that record. The Sound of Freedom had a shocking opening as well, earning 41 million in its first 6 days and 19 million over the weekend, booming towards 184 million domestic haul, beating out Disney again. At that point, Sound of Freedom was up against Indiana Jones and the Insufferable Feminist. See, it rhymes, right? Good old George Lucas is weeping right now. The King of Kings is also doing great in its early reviews. You can see here on Rotten Tomatoes, it's clocked in at 97% audience score and a fresh with the critic score. It opened with an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes critic score. And as the miserable cat lady atheists have review bombed them from the New York Times, well, who the hell cares? This is really, frankly, all that matters. And 97% is absolutely beautiful. Snow White, on the other hand, not great on Rotten Tomatoes. 40% with the tomato meter. 72%. There's no way that 72% of the audience liked it. There's no such thing. There weren't even 72 people that went and saw it. So I don't know how that's possible. Disney's Wish also not good. 80% and 48%. Here are some of Disney's other animated releases. 61% and 86%. King of Kings blows all of those Disney animations out of the water. Walking on water, I suppose you could say. Rachel Ziegler, who is wobbling around New York alone by herself, could maybe go buy a ticket and see King of Kings. Just a thought. You should consider seeing King of Kings. Here is the angelstudios.com. Tickets for King of Kings. You can see here that there are nearly 1,500 sold out theaters nationwide. It's crazy. You can see sold out tickets around me here in Tampa. All of these showings sold out. And you can watch people buy tickets actually in real time, which is crazy. Let's make sure that we send a message to woke Hollywood by going and locking in and getting tickets for King of Kings, especially on this Holy Week. What a righteous way to spend it, right? I'm taking my kids to their first theatrical experience next weekend to go see King of Kings, and I hope that you do too. Here's the trailer, ladies and gentlemen. People are hungry and starving and craving good, decent, honorable, and true entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, the trailer for King of Kings. Go see it.
We're going to tell him a great story.
Our story begins 2,000 years ago when baby Jesus came into the world. It has angels and wicked kings and miracles. Oh, so you want to hear the story now?
Can't we help him?
Yes, but not the way you think. It is a great story.
We've said it before on this program. If you just faithfully adapted some of the greater epics from the Bible, you'd make billions of dollars. But Hollywood is too busy with Lady Ghostbusters 7. Let them burn. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Go see this movie. See ya.